Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dave. I share the latest books that I have been reading. If you love fiction, you've come to the right place. It's been a while. Life just getting in the way, and I was meant to record this video a week ago, but had a chest infection. Just want to say a huge thanks to the recent subscribers. It really means a lot. And yeah, hope you enjoy my book reviews. Today we're diving into one of the most iconic political allegories ever written. It's George Orwell's Animal Farm. I feel George Orwell doesn't really need an introduction. Everyone's heard of this one in 1984. A shout out to one of my fave booktubers, Alana Estelle. I really enjoy her review on Animal Farm and bought a copy straight away. I highly recommend her channel. I'll put a link to her channel in the video description. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. She reviews absolute gems. So with regards to this book, it's short, sharp, and still incredibly relevant. We'll explore the main characters, break down the plot, and take a look at how the book's themes echo modern authoritarian systems, especially in places like North Korea under Juche ideology. So let's get into it. Published in 1945, Animal Farm is Orwell's allegory of the Russian Revolution and the rise of Stalinism. On the surface, it's about a group of farm animals who overthrow their human farmer to build a society of equality. But beneath that, it's a brutal commentary on how revolutions can be hijacked and how power corrupts. So let's look at the main characters that we have in the book. We've got Old Major. He's like the philosophical bore who inspires the rebellion. He represents Marx, Lenin. You've got Napoleon, a pig who becomes the ruler of Animal Farm. He sort of symbolises the likes of Stalin or today's King Jong-un, if you like. Snowball, the intelligent, idealistic pig who's driven out, represents Leon Trotsky. Squealer, the propaganda master, twisting language to control the masses. You've got Boxer, the loyal, hard-working horse whose motto is, "I will work harder." He symbolises the exploited working class. You've got Benjamin, the cynical donkey who understands what's happening but does nothing. And you've got the dogs, Napoleon's private enforcers. Sort of see them as like the secret police. Mr. Jones. So he's the neglectful human farmer, representing the Tsarist regime. The characters aren't just farm animals, they're political stand-ins, and Orwell uses them to show how revolutions are shaped, manipulated, and sometimes destroyed by those hungry for control. The animals are miserable under Mr. Jones, and they dream of an equal society after Old Major's speech. When Jones forgets to feed them, they revolt and take over the farm. They create the 7 commandments of animalism, their version of an utopian constitution. But soon the pigs, especially Napoleon, start bending the rules. Snowball proposes reforms, but Napoleon uses trained attack dogs to chase him away and frame him as a traitor. From there, things spiral. The pigs take more privileges, rewrite history, manipulate language, and enforce their rule through fear. Boxer, the hardest worker and the most loyal believer, is eventually betrayed and he's sent to a slaughterhouse once he's no longer useful. Finally, the pigs become indistinguishable for the humans they once rebelled against. The last commandment on the barn wall reads, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. And, Orwell shows how revolutions can be corrupted from within. It also shows language becomes a weapon of control. In addition, people can be manipulated through fear and misinformation. Idealism is vulnerable to authoritarian takeover, and it's a brilliant and chilling exploration of power. Well, Animal Farm was written about the Soviet Union. Many of its themes mirror the realities of the likes of the hermit nation of North Korea, a modern authoritarian state shaped by this ideology of Juche, a doctrine of political self-reliance combined with extreme loyalty to the leader. So here's how the parallels line up. So you can look at the cult of leadership. Just as Napoleon rewrites history and controls all information, the Kim dynasty has built a massive personality cult, portraying the leader as infallible and almost mythic. In addition, control of language and information. So Squealer's constant manipulation. This mirrors the North Korean state's tight grip on media, education, and narrative control. We can also look at the militarization and fear, relating that to the book. Napoleon's dogs resemble the role of the state security forces in enforcing loyalty and suppressing dissent. Moreover, you've got portrayal of the working class. Boxer's tragic fate reflects how ordinary citizens are asked to sacrifice endlessly for the state, often without receiving real benefits. We also see with these links changing rules to justify power. So, for example, shifting commandments that echoes constantly evolving rules, slogans, ideological expectations under Juche, which are often reinterpreted to suit the leader's needs. And of course, Animal Farm isn't about North Korea, but its lessons about authoritarianism and the fragility of revolutions apply surprisingly well. Animal Farm remains powerful because it's not a story about Russia or North Korea or any other nation. It's a universal warning about how easily power can distort truth and corrupt ideals. Whether you're a student, a political junkie, or just someone looking for a thought-provoking read, this book is absolutely worth your time. So, yeah, have you read Animal Farm? Is it, what were your takeaways? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. So, yeah, guys, catch you next time. And I reckon next time it'll be a historical fiction read. That's the kind of mood I'm feeling right now. So, yeah, spoiler alert there. So, yeah, catch you next time. And happy reading.